You know, I really can't stand it when a friendship becomes cumbersome. When I have to try to figure out if you're being a good friend or if you're not being a good friend. And I guess it's really all a part of just the friendship itself. But I just feel like the genuineness of a friendship, once your friend shouldn't be coming back into play. There's actually a problem, and it's probably been a problem since it even started. Whatever. We're going to talk about it. Real Housewives of Potomac. The worst friends in the world, or at least on television. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 3, episode 13. And as I was saying, cumbersome friendships and questionable friendships. As I get older, I just don't have the patience for it. If I get to a point where I'm having to question your friendship, pretty much we're not going to be friends. I mean, you know, I'm not going to totally cut you off, but you'll be dealt with accordingly. You won't be dealt with like you're part of my close circle. Because it's so funny that my close circle always ends up right back to the exact same 2 people. And I've been friends with them since I was young. But my close circle, I try to expand it, but it always seems like it's always back to these same 2 people. And then everybody else I kind of be questioning and different things like that. But those 2 people, no questions ever come into play. So I was actually, and I'm going there because I was actually reflecting upon that while I was watching this. All of this begging people to be friends and begging them to fucking act right. It was just like, this is crazy to me. But whatever. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and talk about this. First off, Candace, Kendall, and Karen actually all end up sitting down together. They go to this nail shop, and their nail shop, spa, whatever. I think it was more of a nail shop. They were getting pedicures, and kind of weird pedicures with live fish in the goddamn water. I said, guess whose feet aren't going in there? No, ma'am. That living shit in there sucking and touching on me. Get out of here. It was weird. But anyway, they were sitting there literally talking about Giselle. Now, has Giselle's behavior been all over the place? Yes, her behavior's been all over the place. And you know what? I would have been cool. Hell, I would have been cool if... no, I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have. Candace is a brand new castmate. She don't really know Giselle all like that. She's getting to know Giselle. She just met Giselle. Kendall is not a friend. Kendall, at this point, is competition and, you know, an opponent for the most part. And Karen, you're sitting there talking about Giselle. I mean, literally... wasn't no way around it. There was no way around. You were sitting there, bitch, talking about Giselle, who is one of your friends from years. Yes, Kendall's been your friend for years as well. But again, you're sitting on camera fucking talking about Giselle. Guess what I don't need? I don't need no friends like that. I don't need no friends like that. I had to question you and you sitting around pointing out what you see as my flaws. I don't need no friend trying to do that with other people or constantly trying to do that to me. Because she's another one. When she gets with you, she tries to talk in a roundabout way and she be saying shit about you that, you know, is her point of contention with you. That ain't no friend. You know, if there's things about me that bother you that much that you got to try to pick me apart, why are we even bothering? Why are we even bothering? If half of the time we spend together, you're trying to put me down or trying to point out things about me that you don't care for, why the fuck are we bothering with each other? You go to your corner, I'll go to mine. We're both grown. We could be all right. We don't have to hang out. We could laugh and wave and smile at each other as we see each other the fuck passing by. But I see so much of this. And in my adult life, my true adult life, like past 40, I'm just seeing where I just don't have the patience for it anymore. I don't. I don't even know how they're doing it. It's crazy. And I'm like, when Giselle watches this back, I'm sure she'll probably feel the way I feel. Because it's her. It's like, this ain't even me. I couldn't believe she was sitting there and Kendall's calling Giselle a bitch and this, that, thing, and the other on the show that you're a friend to the show. You're sitting on calling one of the regular castmates. Oh, she's a bitch. And this, that, and the other. Talking to two of the other castmates. All right, Miss Kendall. Girl, you really feeling your puss, but okay. Make good TV, though. Make good TV. But, Miss Karen, you look like you've been edging up on the ass whooping if it would have been me. But anyway. So, I just couldn't get into that. Then I'm listening to Candace. And I told y'all I kind of like Candace and everything, but there's some things about Candace that are really starting to rub me the wrong way as it pertains to Chris. I'm one of the YouTubers, because I always hear people talk about this, and more Forrest Rocks talks about it all the time, about the reality show curse, basically, that plagues marriages and relationships, and how reality television has a way of tearing people's relationships apart. She talks about it all the time. I've been watching Rocks for quite a few years here now, and she talks about that all the time. And other people have mentioned it as well. I never really bought totally into it. I listened to what she's saying, and yes, there are some definite valid points about it. But I always would say, but if you really love someone, a camera or these outside forces shouldn't be able to infiltrate that. The love that you have for each other should be able to sustain. And it's just unfortunate that sometimes things get messed up. And I know that it does. And I think that's probably more of what Rox is saying, that it heightens the things that are kind of normal trials and tribulations in a relationship. It heightens it because it's done on a national level and people are looking in and everybody got an opinion. So I get that. But right here with this stuff with Candace, I am afraid for you. And I don't think you have enough sense to be afraid for yourself. Looking at this, if I was Chris and I was watching this back and seeing conversations you're having with other people, seeing your confessionals, bitch, I would marry you. I would marry you at all. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I thought when they first came on that this is a cute couple. They really dig each other. You know what I mean? I think Candace more digs what it stands for. I don't know that you so much dig Chris. I think Chris digs you. But I think you dig more of what it stands for. Oh, I'm going to have me a husband. I think it's what you, as a little girl, you've grown up wanting to have this husband, wanting to have a family, and then you found somebody who rolled up on you, who didn't judge you too much, and, basically plays to your bullshit, to this little girl. You were pampered and all of this, and I think he kind of just played into it. But I think that people who grew up just like you probably paid you no fucking attention. They probably paid you no attention. People you went to school with, different things like that, people who were on the same financial as you were in school, probably didn't pay you any fucking mind. None. And probably were white for the most part. You probably were surrounded with a bunch of white kids. And they paid your ass no mind, because you're not a bad looking girl, but you're not one of them bad black bitches that white boys is flocking to either. And y'all can take that and do what y'all want with that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? Because there's a certain type of girl that a white man flocks to. And it's not about her being high yellow. It's not about any of that. There is a badass dark queen that white men want to get their hands on that we feel is like a queen. She's just fucking flawless to us, black folks. And white men want to get their hands on them because she is one of our prizes. And we have a high yellow woman that is a black woman that's bad as shit. And white men want to get their hands on that too. It just is the way it is. And we got them in a lot of different shades, not just dark and light. We got them all in between. But there is a specific type of woman that we have that is bad to death. And yeah, those are the ones that the white men want to get at. And then we have regular, and then we have some mediocre bitches. And for me, Candace, you're one of them mediocre bitches. You're one of them mediocre bitches, and you just got a highbrow attitude and upbringing. And I doubt very seriously that those white guys that's trying to get our bad ones, the ones was trying to get at you. So you got it in your mind, because I think you got a guy here, Chris, that really does like you. You got it in your mind that you settling for Chris. Are you kidding? You're settling for him. And I'm sitting there looking at how he kind of capes for you and different things like that, and puts up with your mother and all. And he puts up with your mother, with her being all in y'all face and all of y'all damn business and all that. Yeah, it should come back with a kickback of her fucking paying for stuff, because your mother is a bit much to handle. But you got it in your mind that you're basically settling for him. He wasn't what your dream of marriage was. You sat there on that screen and said, oh yeah, I mean, he's a divorcee and he has children, and I didn't want all that for myself. I'm really settling for that. And basically saying that little argument that you all had and how you came in him and talked about how his daddy wasn't shit. He didn't come from shit. His daddy ain't shit, and he probably wasn't going to be shit either. You really feel like in your mind that he should be okay with that. He should have been all right with you saying that to him, because you're settling down for him. Bitch, you got the game all fucked up. All completely fucked up. And I truly don't believe that he's one of those white men that thought that he was going after a black prize. I think he just actually slipped and ran into you, and you just are a chick that he really likes, and you just happen to be black and he happened to be white. I truly believe that their thing doesn't really have anything to do with an interracial situation at all. I think he just bumped into a chick he really liked, and she just happened to be black. And I don't even think he sees you as, oh shit, I done got me a Beyonce over on that other side. Because you're not. You're not. But anyway, I done said all that, and I know some of y'all gonna be mad. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said, and I'll stand up in it. But I know y'all be in the comments. See you there. But that's just how I feel. I still like her, but you got some shit with you. And I think you got it all wrong. I am afraid for you, and I hope that when this show actually ends and wraps, I hope you actually do still get married. But at this point, I'm not so sure that that's going to happen. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. And if it does, how long is it going to last? Unless you get off of the show. Get off the show and change your ways. Because not just getting off the show, change your ways. Change the way you think about your man. Girl, you better, child. Telling you what's out there, honey, black, white, or otherwise, girl, you better quit. Better try to hold on to that man, honey, and quit playing. But anyway, then later on, we actually seen them in there with the lawyer with the whole thing about the prenup. And all while I was sitting there, it's this whole thing of like, it gave the feeling like he don't have shit. And I think he's cool, but I don't know, he might be trying to get me. I wouldn't walk down the aisle. I wouldn't walk down the grocery store aisle with you, bitch. But anyway, let's move on. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Monique. Okay, so Monique's getting ready to have a birthday. She's out with Chris. They're eating, whatever. He tells her, I'm not going to get you the gift that you wanted. Which, of course, is probably something completely exorbitant and ridiculous coming from bragging-ass Monique. Of course it was. It was a Lamborghini. This bitch want a Lamborghini. Bitch, ain't nobody buying you no Lamborghini, bitch. You already wrapping Lincolns around motherfucking telephone poles. Who the fuck's gonna buy you a Lamborghini, bitch? You don't need no Lamborghini. You don't need to go no faster. You don't need to go no swifter. Bitch, you need a 10-speed. That's what the fuck you need. He ought to take you and take you the other direction, bitch, and buy you a motherfucking moped, bitch. A Lamborghini. If you don't get the fuck out of here, Monique, you're ridiculous. Just ridiculous. And he told her, bitch, you want a scooter? Bitch. Better quit at it. You got to get your shit together first. Stop running into shit. Anyway, moving on. So her birthday, he told her, what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and let you do a girls trip. You can plan a little girls trip to go to France. You know, wherever you want to go, she decided to go to France. And it's going to be a girls trip. She will take everybody. And hopefully fix these friendships that she has tried to make with these women in this area. I said, okay. I don't see me wasting my birthday and all that money trying to make friends, like when I was talking about the friendship thing, trying to forge these friendships with these whores that later on in the program you claim that you don't give a fuck about. Because you sat right, she had a sit down with Sharice and they got to the bottom of their issues and she actually ended up crying and the whole 9 yards. And I think that was very, very genuine for about 80% of it. I think she genuinely was sad at the fact that Sharice was bothered by her previous behavior and the fact that Sharice caught on that she was trying to use her to do some social climbing. And I think that she was alarmed at the fact that Sharice was on to her, alarmed that it had actually bothered Sharice, and alarmed at the fact that she may be losing her friend. And I believe that was genuine. Now, I believe that's what she was doing, but she was doing some social climbing. But there's really nothing wrong too much with social climbing unless you got a petty-ass friend like Sharice. And she is petty, and you knew that going in. You knew she was petty. She's on to you, and I think you were really bothered. So it was genuine. Those tears were genuine on both sides. Y'all both some ridiculous asses. Definitely two friends that I would not want. Would not want. So that all went down. I was like, why would be trying? And she, when her and Sharice were talking, she literally said it on camera yet again. You know, I don't give a fuck about none of these other women, just you. But you inviting them all to France. And then, of course, you know, Giselle challenged it. Giselle challenged the shit out of it and was like, girl, she was the only one came through text her, told her, girl, I ain't going no France with you, bitch. I ain't going nowhere with you. You not my friend. I ain't think about you. I ain't trying to get no friendship going with you. Ain't trying to travel overseas with you. And this goes for Robin, too. Now, my problem with that, bitch, why you got to speak for Robin? Why the fuck is you and Robin like the damn Bobbsey twins? Y'all, thing 1 and thing 2. Y'all look real stupid, real 8th grade with that. And this goes for Robin, too. Robin got a phone, bitch. I guess it's on. Wall working now. Her phone's on, bitch. Anyway, your phone's on, ain't it, bitch? Oh, okay. Anyhow. So that was a mess. Funny thing, she got her little invitations together. She's like, oh, I got a little something up my sleeve, corny. She said, like a mime. The mime went to Robin's house first. And, you know, I think it was fun. You know, they were running from him and stuff and all that. And it was fun for the kids. So that was cute. You know, dealing with the mime was fun with for the kids. But Robin was giving like, girl, I don't know what he's talking about. Girl, he's talking about France, honey. Oui. PP, bitch. Well, you don't know about no wee. Well, maybe now Juan got a job. You get some wee and some PP, honey. Get your phone on, honey. Everything should be looking up for you, bitch. The way you act, and I think things are probably looking up for you because you're being real bitchy. But anyway, so they did all that, and then the mime actually came to sit. He came to drop in on Karen and Giselle. Well, baby, they didn't know what was really going on, because they were in the midst of arguing. And So at one point, like Giselle was like, "Child, I was going to punch him in his face, honey, because he wouldn't go away." I was like, "Oh God, you so fucking ghetto, Giselle." And but her and Karen were at it, baby. And I said, and it's the funny thing. Now they haven't. Giselle hasn't seen the scene before where Karen was just out talking about her and all that. But whatever. When I was saying about Karen, they went out to lunch and they are going. They're supposed to be trying to clear up what the issues were. And when I tell you the things that Karen said to Giselle, Giselle, you're better than me. You're better than me. Because I'd have smacked Karen's old motherfucking crotchety face. When she said to her, you shouldn't be out dating other people's husbands. Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, you go out and date other people's husbands. What friend do you have that like literally sits in judgment of you and says shit like that to you? Because one, it would be different if Giselle was just this straight up slut who literally was friends with Kendall, or Kendall was actually still with Sherman and Giselle slid in there and started dating her husband. No, they weren't friends. They weren't even associates. They were bitches that knew each other in an area. Those two are not just separated, but divorced. They are divorced. They are completely, have nothing to do with each other. And you are over there sitting in judgment of her, and then you sit in her face and feel bold enough to say, I wouldn't continue on no type of friendship with you, and I would have smacked you in your face because you were being way out there. Now, some of the points that she made, you know, that shit that Giselle did with her with the t-shirt and shit like that, that was petty. That was a lot. And then when you sat at, well, that was funny. When you sat in your confessional and said, I miss drunk ass Karen calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning with that drunk shit. You know, that was, it was shady, but it was funny. Because, again, we're starting to see that about you. When you get drunk, Karen, you're an old crying ass drunk. You're a drunk that gets up, gets a girlfriend, and bends her motherfucking ear and tells your business. And then you go, once you sober up, you go back and into the grand dame. Girl, you ain't nothing but old drunken ass pugilist. You know, sit your motherfucking ass down. But the shit that she said about the husband and stuff, that was really under the belt. That was really under the belt. And then when you talk about her fucking jacket and shit, talk about, you know, that was some old petty, that was getting some old petty, yeah, we're friends, but bitch. It was one of those. Girl, if you're going to wear a jacket and then wear it more than once, honey, you should wear it like every, you know, not twice in 1 year. Did you never said that to her before? Like you didn't call her on the phone and say, well, girl, you know, like you were trying to give her a fashion tip. You trying to read, bitch. And then you're doing it with camera balls. Girl, I'd have cussed you the fuck out. And I'd have told you about them raggedy motherfucking mops that you always have on your goddamn head. Well, she ain't having so much place to go because she wore a couple mops on her head too. All y'all look like y'all shopping down to Black & Decker when it comes to y'all's heads. But that was conversation that you have for a bitch that you don't like. And you sitting up flat out reading. Not your friend. Not your friend. But you know, there's friends that try to do that shit. And when you get down to it, what their issue is, they're insecure motherfuckers who feel like they got to try to tear you down to make themselves feel better. I know a lot of bitches like that. And they are just that. They're insecure and their shit ain't together. Especially if the points are not valid. Because the shit was not valid. The shit that Karen was saying, it wasn't valid. They were digs that you were taking that weren't valid. They sat and flashed screens and proved that it was 2 different times altogether that she had wore the jacket, and it wasn't all in 1 year. And it was like literally 2 completely different points of the spectrum. And if you didn't really know and wasn't hating, you didn't even realize it was the same jacket, because the 2 pictures they showed, it kind of, when you flash, it looked like 2 different jackets. You just old hating ass bitch was probably mad and jealous that you didn't have that jacket. Maybe when Ray get his shit straightened out, you can get that jacket too, bitch. Or maybe you could buy Giselle's from her at a discount price. Anyway, I just that was some friendship shit that I said, girl, she's not your friend. She's not your friend. I don't give a fuck what she says. She's not your friend. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. What else did these folks do? Okay, so Ashley was putting together an open mic situation at her bar. Good idea. Good idea. Trying to bring some stuff. And then when I looked at the bar and the way once they set it up, it looked like her bar was perfect for that. And they did the open mic night. And of course, you had these bitches all sitting there. They some all miserable whores. They really are. They're all too highbrow for open mic. So why are y'all even there? And truly, the truth of the matter, the type of bar that Ashley has, it doesn't fit that image that y'all are trying to portray. Your bar is kind of lowbrow as opposed to what y'all are supposed to be doing in Potomac. So, knowing that, why even come to the event talking about you trying to support her? Why come to the event if you're going to try to support her? It's some lowbrow shit. Why would you come in with that highbrow bullshit? So y'all all looked really stupid. Oh, well, I've been here long enough. I'm getting out of here. This, that, and the other. I thought the people that were performing were just fine. We had like a guy that was a gender bender. We had a girl that was like one step of almost punk. But she was kind of rock. She was like classical slash she was like classical slash rock slash folk. I thought she was very interesting. I really did. Good voice. Real good voice. The worst performance of the night was motherfucking Ashley and her brother. I was like, ooh, okay. Ooh, okay, honey. And then Candace shaded that goddamn man. Ashley was like, oh, yes, I love to sing. I love to sing. Yes, and I figured that's what she did in the pageants. Baby Candace got right up in that goddamn confessional and said, well, I mean, I know that Ashley won't be paying any of her bills singing songs. I said, oh, bitch, just rude, honey. Rude. She sang a song to Michael, a mess. But there was a lot going on at that little open mic thing. They love to get to events and show out. So they got to the event here, Giselle and because Karen ended up walking out on Giselle whenever, they were having that little argument. Karen and Robin got to actually have it out for the first time there right at the damn table. And Robin's like, Karen, you're a liar. That's the problem. You're a liar. I was like, okay, not the time or the place. And it was getting loud. Not the time or the place. But I'm glad you finally got it off of your chest that you wanted to tell her she's a liar and this, that, thing. And she is. She is. And I'm glad she finally heard you, but she just blew you off and didn't make no difference because guess what, Robin? She not your friend either. She not your friend either. Karen ain't nobody's friend, okay? She not. She not. She claimed like she likes Monique, but she'll get Monique too. Karen is a bitch that feels she has to put other people down to make herself be up. So everybody who ever deals with Karen, I believe, will all get a turn at Karen, at being, seeing the real Karen. That's just who she is. Monique ended up having it with Giselle. She asked Giselle, can we, she asked Ashley. And then Ashley had the nerve, bitch, as much trouble as you start, you really wanted to like shut them down and not have them turn out your fucking function. I had to laugh at that. Did y'all clock that? You got a lot of nerve, you troublemaking ass big forehead whore. Mess. But she told them they could go to a table off to the side. They went on over there and they had their little talk. And baby Giselle stood in the ground and told Monique, I'm not your friend. I'm not trying to be your friend. And no, I'm not trying to go to France with you. She basically begged Giselle. Begged her. She begged her. And then she's like, do you want to talk to Robin? And then she's like, I'll go get Robin myself. Her and Robin talked. Robin sat there and talked to her and then looked over at Giselle like, well, girl, what we going to do? Now, at that point, them two big head Bratz dolls, I would have told them both, you know what? I'm going to revoke the invitation for both of y'all because not only am I sitting around begging your friendship, each of you individually, then you two bitches are going to consort in my face and make me look foolish and feel foolish too. Monique, girl, you ain't none of what you claim to be, honey. You're none of what you claim to be. Because if you really were a girl, you would tell them to kiss your ass and go get that same umbrella and really hit Robin over top of her motherfucking head with it. That was just, I didn't like that at all. Now, the one person that I will say that was genuine and his shit and stood in his shit is that motherfucking Michael. Michael ain't feeling Ashley's mother. He ain't fucking with Ashley's mother. He's pissed as hell at Ashley's mother, and he ain't eating it up. Baby, she wanted to sit, because her mother came in there all fake and phony. Oh, yeah. She ain't talked to Ashley in 2 months since they had that little conversation, which the bitch was totally wrong. Goes up in there. Oh, yes, my Ashley, yes. And I was going through your stuff. Again, always to your benefit. I was going through your stuff, and I found these earrings. She said, those earrings do look familiar. Yeah, they were yours, and I wanted to wear them. Yeah, bitch. She wants to wear your whole life, you dumb whore. But whatever. Whatever. And here she's right back on her bullshit, being all nice. She trying to, see, the bitch done been down to the shelter for 2 months. She trying to get back in their good graces so she can get on back up into a place. She's trying to get back into a place. That shelter living and that Section 8 living ain't working for you, huh, bitch? I said, oh, she's a mess. But she said, I'm going to sit right over here by Mike. And Ashley said in her confessional, you know, Michael has always embraced my mother and always laugh and they joke and this, that, and the other. They were good. They were good. But he's mad at the bitch now. And he ain't sitting around pretending to be good with her. He scooted over and gave her this, honey. She kept trying to talk to him. He was not fucking with her. And I was so here for. See, that's how real bitches act. The fuck out of here, bitch. And that's what he gave her. And I was here for it. I was totally here for it. Kudos to you, Michael. Ashley's mother, fuck you, bitch. Anyway, and Ashley, I don't want to be in the middle. Oh, bitch, shut up. Anyway, so that's it. I'm done. I didn't talk long enough about these people and their weird friendship. I wouldn't be bothered with, I wouldn't walk to the corner store with none of these motherfuckers. I really wouldn't. Fucking hot ass mess. Fucking hot ass mess. I'm telling you. You don't have to hate people for who they are, but when you see them and it's not conducive to whatever it is that you're actually doing, you'll figure it out after 40 probably. You'll figure it out. You'll just put those people in the places that they deserve to be and you'll deal with them accordingly. You don't have to not be friends with them. You know, you don't have to not be bothered with them. But that whole friendship thing, honey, use it sparingly. Trust me when I tell you. All right, you guys, I will talk to you soon. Later.